Hey girl, hey, it's me, Ja'nysha, and I am back with another video. I'm super excited for today's girl boss. Ja'nysha Blair is not one to play with, okay? Her story, her consistency, her drive, all of it is so motivating, and it's just one that you need to hear. She is a visionary, a fashion designer, and an entrepreneur who gives you that push that you need to keep going. If you want to watch and see this conversation, just keep on watching. Here Ja'nysha Blair, who is a she has a list of things, okay? She's an overachieving dreamer who is just a visionary, okay? When you look at her brand and what she's done in 2 years, you gonna see why I love her. So I'm so excited to have you here. How are you feeling?
Thank you. I'm feeling good. I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Of course. So you started your business 2 years ago, almost in August.
Yes.
Yep. So
2 years. It'll be 2 years exact August this year. So
okay, so we have Shop J Blair, and then we have the J Blair Lux Label, both of which are, y'all, the pieces be so different. One is a fashion online women's boutique. The other one is where she designs her own pieces. Both are just incredible.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I just want to talk about how you've gotten to this place. So you've been being in this space where fashion is something that you can do so many different places and avenues. So I was excited. I found her. I was looking at different, because I moved to Detroit 2 years ago. 3 years ago?
Okay.
Yes. Yep. So I moved to Detroit, and I was like, let me just find some like local Detroit people. And I was looking, and then I also followed Nicole Linnell. And I saw her post your pants, and I was like, oh my goodness, these are a black person made these. Hold on. Like, these are so fabulous. It's pink. The pants, I'm going to put them right here, y'all. The pants were pink, and they had like feathers. It was a fire design. And I was like, let me look into it. And then it's been like heat after heat after heat. So I was like, you know what, the consistent, you're so welcome. So when I said, I know I have to have her on here. Before you became this designer, you were just a regular person. You know, we all start off as little people, babies, kids who have dreams and visions. Let's take it back to your childhood. When were you first introduced to fashion and fell in love with it?
I think at a very young age, I've always loved fashion. Like, whether it was, my mom taking me to go shopping for dresses or, school uniforms or I've just always been like really into fashion, and it started young. I started to start my own pieces.
Yes.
I like to always have different pieces, but also iconic pieces. Yeah. And it's interesting how starting out as a kid and then now how my how would I say, like, my style has changed. It has evolved a lot. I mean, I still like bold and like fiery, like shirts. But I've always been into fashion. If it have not always been designing, it was styling. It was, like being a visionary, just seeing something and then seeing what I could create out of that.
Yeah.
So, I've always been into fashion. Like, some way, somehow, just always been interested in it at a very young age. I would say like around maybe like 9.
Wow.
That I was able to like acknowledge it. Myself.
You were the kid in school who had the pieces that wasn't just, even with the uniform, it was a little touch that was different.
Yeah, and I've always been like a girly girl. Like, I love the pink, and I love the dresses and the ruffled socks and the big bows. So it's always been that for me. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. So the fashion industry is $1 trillion industry. It's so many avenues. Like you said, you have styling, you have designing, you have modeling, so many different avenues. Yeah. How did you know that you were meant to have your own clothing line?
The fact that my brain always is creating. Like, I can see something or I can vision something and then have to bring it to life. My style, I think, is very like different, and it's out there. So I always wanted to come from a design point, but also like a styling point as well, because I know that everybody don't have that, that style that they may like vision something, but also can pull it together. So I think like, honestly, like if it wasn't for me designing, I would have been a stylist or even have been able to like, own and operate my own black owned fashion magazine empire.
Oh.
So yeah, like
you're like, I'm really visioning it. Like it's not like you really yes.
Yeah, like this has always been a dream of mine since I can ever remember. Like, and it's crazy because like being little and being in school, how like the school will ask you, what do you guys want to be when you grow up? Mine was always a fashion designer. Everybody was looking like, you're supposed to say like nurse, or doctor, teacher, and I was just like, no, a fashion designer. So yeah.
Yes, I love that. So let's talk about how when you were a kid, like you said, you vision things, you see them, you see yourself being different. Was it having a unique style? How was that growing up?
I think it was good because that was my thing. I think like being different is always, it can be not a bad thing, but it could be different or it could be a good thing. And I think in my case, it was a good thing because I knew at a very young age what I wanted to do with my life. Yeah. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I just always knew like I wanted to be a fashion designer and I wanted to own and operate my own stores. So yeah, so I think that made me different, but different in a fabulous way. I was able to stand out. I knew what I wanted at a young age as far as like style, how I wanted to dress, how I wanted to look, all those things. So I think it was good being different.
Yeah, it's different now. I mean, now it's very much so everybody wants to be different, but growing up being the kid that was like, no, I'm not going to be a doctor. No, I'm not going to be a lawyer. I'm going to be in fashion. And people ask like, well, how? I don't know how, but it wasn't as popular as it is now. So I definitely understand. Sure. It's now anybody. It's everywhere because we have social media. But growing up, just knowing that was a thing is just, you stuck to it. You didn't know how, but look at you now.
I know, right? Like,
full circle.
Yeah.
I can imagine like your friends from school and stuff are like, she said she was going to be a designer. Look at her.
It's so crazy because I'm like, I wish like, because like I used to always, write things down as a kid, whether it was school projects or whatever, like fashion designer. And I wish now I could like pull that back up. Like, look, y'all, see, I told y'all.
But that just answers the little girl in you, like the dream that you had in you. It's like, I didn't give up. Like, I'm still trying. So that is incredible, y'all. Whatever dream you have as a little kid, or if you feeling something in your heart, or God put it in your heart, it's there for a reason. So just keep at it. You just never know how you'll come into it. So yes. So you talked a little bit about you had your own style and finding your own style. You've always had it. But I think right now we live in a world where social media shows us everything. Okay, if people are now, I know like my little cousins are in high school and they want what they see. They want what the celebrities have, the designer, the this, the that. How do you find your personal style when maybe you can't get the Gucci bag or whatever is popular on social media? How do you find what works for you?
Because I also love luxury, but I think also like luxury doesn't always have to be from a European designer. Like we as Black people, we can create our own luxury. Yes. So like I said, I have a specific style. So my style in my eyes, like for my clothes that I make, is luxury. You know what I mean? Because they are bold, like stand out there pieces that screams like, look at me, I have arrived. So yeah, so I feel like not all the time that luxury have to be that. It could be also what you make of it.
Luxury is not just the high-end brands. You have good, especially Black-owned brands that are really good in luxury and that pour money into it. Just because you don't see it being whatever you see on whatever doesn't make it not as luxury. And luxury is so much. It's not just...
I feel like it's subjective. Yes. Like, my stuff is luxury as well. Why? Because I'm Black?
Yes.
Or, you know what I mean? Like, why? Because it's not as popular. It's not popular yet, but, it's still good quality pieces that's not out there. Or if it is, it's just not what I can bring to the table. So I feel like luxury is subjective.
People, especially right now, they're just like, they will spend their last dollar to get something. And look, maybe that's not for you. Maybe find something, because these smaller brands, just because it might not be what you see, they have some pieces. And when you get those bigger brands, anybody can get that. When you get the smaller brands, it's something that's like, oh wow, what's that? People ask more what it is. So you just gotta try different things and be open and willing to what's not the status quo.
Exactly. Yes. Yep.
Okay, so you have a wholesale business that you buy and sell pieces, and then you also, like you said, you design. Which of the two is your first love?
Designing.
Really?
Designing.
Yeah.
Design. Because I feel like it's real simple. I feel like having a wholesale brand, anybody can buy those same pieces. But designing, it's coming from my brain. You know, I know that this is not out there, you know, or like I said, like I just feel like if it is out there, it's not what I can bring. And also, like, my mind goes places to where I can't even explain. So for sure, me creating and designing just feels like a release. So that's like my 1000% favorite thing to do is design. Because I know, you know, these pieces are not like, you can't buy these wholesale. You know what I mean? So.
Yes.
Yep.
And those are two completely different things. So when you see, especially a black designer, y'all have to support, because you just, it's expensive. That designing pieces is more expensive than buying and selling. So I completely, I see it, I get it. So when you see a certain price for a certain thing, understand that is their money, that's their time, and just be willing, because you'll be willing to pay it for someone else. So why not support your sister and brother? And
Right.
Yes. So how do you make your brand stand out with pieces? You said you have a brand that you said your brand was unique and special. Even your wholesale pieces aren't what you see everywhere. So how do you make sure that each piece you create is so intentional with being unique?
I want my brand, my pieces, my things that I design to tell a story, to be an experience. So from you ordering, you know, anything that I sell, like the moment that you get it and open it up, like, this is luxury. Whether it's Shop J Blair or the Shop J Blair or J Blair Lux Label, like, whatever you get is going to be an experience. So I may have what the next person is selling, but their experience is not going to be as bold or big as mine. Like, one of the things that I pride myself in is my name. I'm very proud of my name. I know it's like hard to pronounce, and it's like, oh, you know, she got a black name, but like, my name stems from my granddad. His name is Johnny.
Okay.
And then my dad's name is also Johnny, and then it's me, Ja'nysha. So, like, my name is like my pride and joy. So I want my name on everything. You know what I mean? So everything. Like, my name has to be on the packaging, the labels, the hang tags, whatever it is. And that's my experience, my name. So
I love that. Ja'nysha. Ja'nysha, I like that. Ja'nysha is so pretty. How did you, growing up, like you said, you have a black name, you know, you go on certain jobs, they was like, what's your name, or school, or the attendance. How did you walk into it and be so confident? Was that just something you always had, or did that grow?
You know, it definitely grew. I think because, like, at a young age, because I'm very shy. So in class, when, like, the teacher calls our roll call, of course, it get quiet when it gets my name. I'm like, oh, she's at my name. She can't pronounce it. So I would have to say my name. And I was kind of always been kind of like, not embarrassed, but kind of like taken back, like, well, I couldn't have a more common name, you know, a more easy to pronounce name. But as I grew older, like, having that connection with my granddad, it made me realize that my name is special. You know, it's different to me. It's spelled different. I like the fact that it's a big name, to where it's like, you got to like really look at it and be like, okay, how do I pronounce her name?
Yes.
And you know, I just find that it's something special to me and to him. So he has now passed, and I feel like that's like one of the things that I can always relate back to him. Like, I'm named after my granddad. So
that's amazing.
So to answer your question, I'm proud of it now, because I know where it came from, and I knew how I grew to love it now, as far as, like, you know, when I was growing up. So
But to have it now is confidence. So
to have it now is everything. I want it on everything.
Yes, and it is on everything, y'all. It's on the bags. It's on the It's on the bags. It is on the packaging. You're gonna see her name. You're gonna see, and then it's gonna be everywhere. I love that. I do. So with confidence, like you said, it comes. And if you don't feel as confident right now, you never know how you will feel in the next month. You just never know. And that's the one thing with fashion too, though. If you feeling kind of low, girl, go get dressed. Go make yourself feel cute. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna be like, you know what? I forgot what I was mad at. Like, I don't even know what it is. So let's go back into your entrepreneurship a little bit more, because everyone right now, like you said, everyone has a business or a brand. It's great, but it's good. And the journey is not always easy. It has its highs and its lows, and it's expensive, especially when you're a startup with your own. What was one of the biggest lessons you've learned in these almost 2 years of having your business?
Honestly, I know it's like cliche, but don't give up. Like, don't give up, because you have your highs, you have your lows, and your lows be like the lowest of the lows. But it's just like, if you believe in something and you are like very passionate about it to where it's like you're willing to give it your all, to give it your last, don't give up, and I see still like now people who have more popular brands, they still be struggling as far as like not giving up. So that's like the easiest thing to say and the hardest thing to do. It's so easy to like, be like, you know what, oh well, that didn't work. Moving on. But it's like, no, like I'm very passionate about this. I don't want nothing else but for this to win and to be successful. So I have to give it my all. And I feel like the only way you can lose is if you give up. So as long as each day, you keep going and keep trying, it's gonna pay off. I know it is.
Yes. Keep going. Don't give up. You just never know. You might be so close, and you might just need that one push to just get it to the next one. So yes. So like you said earlier, you knew what you were gonna be. You had a vision for your life. You had a plan. Talk about that beginning stage before, when you didn't quite know what you were. You knew what it was, but people around you didn't know. And how did you stand? How did you keep going? How did you stand in that and know, like, this is going to pass. I will have my brand. How do you work through that beginning stages when you see something, but the people around you don't?
Honestly, I'm still kind of there. Because like I said, my mind is kind of just like up and down, roller coaster, spin around, everything. And it's like, I see what it is that I'm aiming for and wanting in my head, but sometimes it's hard to get the people around you to see it as well. And I learned that they aren't supposed to see it. It's not for them to see it. It's for you. You are to see it. And then, they'll come in the end and then, catch on or whatever that may be. But, like, I don't know. I just feel like if you love something, go after it. It's not going to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy, to be honest. Because if it was supposed to be easy, everybody would be doing it. So,
just keep going. You never know. Hard things that are hard may be worth it. The hardest things be the thing, like, you know what, that was the thing that I needed to push me. I love that you said that, though. Like, it's not meant for everyone to see it. And I know you might feel like, I want them to understand, or I want them to get it. But as long as you know in your heart and you believe it, it doesn't matter who understands or doesn't understand, because you know. And they'll see. They will see. And once they see, like, oh, she believes in it, she's going to keep working towards it. People, once they see you activating on it and really standing on what you say, they have a little bit more respect for it than someone just saying anything. You have to make them believe it. That's really it. So contrary to popular belief, having a clothing brand is not just buying clothes and selling them. It is so much more. It is the buying, it's the marketing, it is the picking pieces. It's so much. What is your least favorite part of owning a fashion company?
Putting a label on the merchandise, because I feel like it's so much time consumed in that. But besides that, I love everything else. I love connecting with folks. I love meeting new people. I love buying the clothes. I like the marketing. I like the putting the pieces together, in ways that's like, okay, that's cute.
Yeah.
Even if you're not at first, you're like, okay, that is cute now. But I like that. I like everything else about it, but just that.
It's okay, because in a couple of years, you won't be doing that. You'll have a huge team. You will not be. You will have a team that will be doing that part. But as long as you know it, it's the good thing that you're doing a lot of these things on your own right now, because you know how to do it, so that when you do have that team, you won't fall on your face, because you know if you don't do it, I can. Because there's a lot of people who don't know how to do a lot of things in their business, and it's a struggle if they don't have that team. So,
like, this startup is very humbling, because, like, you realize how much work it takes, to make everything move. And when you're doing everything yourself, I feel like if you wasn't doing it yourself, you wouldn't, like, realize, or even, like, you'll take it for granted. Like, okay, that's easy. But it's like, no, like, it's a lot of work that you have to put in your business for it to go somewhere. So, when they do go somewhere, you be like, okay, wow, you know, I really came a long way. But if you don't like start from humble beginnings, you will never know, or even really like really appreciate.
Yeah, I think you appreciate things more that you really work for than things that are given. Whether that be with anything, if somebody gives you a purse, you know, you like it, it's cute. But when I worked hard, went to work, and I had to get this money for it, listen, it's not gonna be dirty. You're not gonna be touching it. That's gonna be you respect and cherish things that you work a little bit harder for. It got a different kind of grit to it. So I definitely get that part. Like I said earlier, I found her through Nicole Linnell, and the pants that you created for her. Talk more about how you came up with this. How did you connect with Nicole? Like, how did that even happen?
I'm seeing these feathers. They're trending. They're going like viral. I'm seeing them on everything. I'm like, those feathers are everything. Like the way they move, the way they bring any little basic piece like complete life. And I'm like, what can I make out of this trend that I see is like going everywhere? So my favorite color is pink, and I'm like, I have some pants that I can make, and I see these pink feathers. What can I do with this? So I made the pants, and I made them a year ago, and they went really well. Yep, I made them a year ago. They went really well. I'm getting all these people, wanting them and everything. But the trick is, I only had made a few. It's just like test the waters to see how they were going to do, and they did like really well. So yes, Nicole. Nicole is actually my mentor.
Okay.
And so she saw them, and she's like, oh my God, I love pink, and his feathers are everything. Can you make me a pair? And I'm like, oh my God, of course, duh. So yeah, I made her a pair, and she did like a reel and posted it, and like the views, the orders, the questions, everything went crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, like those pants are everything. And I'm thinking like, I was seeing the feathers on things, and I'm just like, how, like, instead of it being a trim on something, like on the hem of things, maybe like make something fully like feathered out.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, you may not want to see me coming, but you about to see me coming.
Yes.
So that was like the inspiration behind the pants.
I love it, baby. These pants, the feathers. And it's so many feathers, and it's like do they sparkle? Am I seeing something? Is it a little sparkle on there or something? I don't know. Them pants was fire, and the way she was twisting and turning. Even listen, if you have a birthday, a graduation, and you just want to be fabulous, girl, get you some of those pants, because those pants. Listen,
if it's not your event, don't wear them pants, because you gonna steal.
You gonna steal the show. If it's my birthday party and you come here with these pants on, I'm gonna be looking at you like, go change in the car. Go change. This is my day. I can't have nothing. See?
Exactly.
See? Do not. So you talked a little bit about having a mentor. How do you think it's beneficial to have a mentor, and when do you think it's time to get a mentor?
Ooh, great question. Yes, I think it's very beneficial because, I feel like your mentor should always be able to like guide you in ways that like you don't have to go the same route that you don't necessarily have to go through. Meaning like, if your mentor have been through all that, they can tell you like, no, you shouldn't do that, or do it this way, or anything to kind of like save you hassle. I think it's very important to have a mentor. And as far as like the time frame, I would say after like a year. Okay. I feel like you should get your feet wet to see, like what it is that you're doing on your own first, and then see if you need help and see what this person can bring into your life. So I would say like after a year, it's good. Okay. I think it's fair.
Yeah. I think after a year, I feel like you've tried some things. You're coming to the table with something, and not just asking like, can you just tell me everything?
You see where you can improve at, and then see what they can bring into what you already got going on. I think.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have any tips for someone finding a mentor? Because everybody teaching everything right now. You got to be careful. Everybody has a class. Everybody has the ways. Everyone is an expert. How do you find the right mentor for you?
I think the right mentor, y'all will have a lot of things in common. I think. Y'all will have like similar ways of thinking, similar ways of doing things. It don't necessarily have to be the same field, because you could have a mentor who does trucking. I don't think it has to. I don't think it have to be like in the same field as that person to have experience entrepreneurship or like ownership. I just think, just find somebody that is willing to give you all the gems, because everybody be saying, yeah, I'm a mentor, yeah, I can teach you to do X, Y, and Z, but are you really trying to help me go to the next level, or are you just trying to, like, I don't know, keep up to see what I'm doing?
Yes.
I just think, just find somebody that is passionate about what you got going on, and see if the paperwork is there as well, because everybody can come with advice, but are you really making moves, or are you just talking?
That's the one right there. How are you going to teach me how to be successful when you are struggling? Like, you have to have either, if, like you said, if it's not the same field, you have to be successful in whatever field that you're in, or at least doing something, because how are you going to teach me to do something that you've never done or never tried or anything? It's kind of like, it's a scam, and I don't like that. So be careful, because everybody will try to sell you something and tell you that they are your mentor, but it takes a special, you will know the right one, because it'll just connect. It'll feel like they genuinely care what you have going on. Some people just want your money and want you to just your time. So just be a little careful.
I want to pick your brain as well, like, cause we have good ideas as well, know. So
they can steal your whole come up, and you be looking like, wait a minute, I thought you was teaching me, but just be careful. It's definitely a different field. So like I said earlier, she's from Detroit, and I feel like Detroit breeds some of the most hustling females I know, whether it's like a Mia Ray, a Melissa Butler. It's just so many females out of Detroit that just do it. What do you think is the reason that Detroit girls just hustle harder?
I don't know. Like, maybe it's something in our blood. Like, we like money. We we bosses. We just, it's just something that comes natural, I think. I feel like if you have anything going for yourself, you're going to hustle hard at it. And especially Detroit girls. Yeah. Something is in the water, in this food, or something, because, we go after it. Yeah. And we don't care. We put ourselves out there. We go hard, and, we leave everything else, like, over there. Go big or go home here, for sure. For sure, honey. Here, you gonna have to get some money, because anywhere you go, people it's like, wow, you making money. It's just, Detroit will show you that it's money to be made, whether you're gonna get it or not. You're gonna see it, okay? And you see the black people here doing it, so that's the difference. I think one thing I've seen. But you've lived in Atlanta and Tennessee. How have those shaped who you are today? I lived in Atlanta for like a year or two, and then Tennessee most of my adulthood, if I'm being honest. They shaped me in a way where it's not easy to adapt, but it's not as hard for me. Like I said, I lived in Tennessee, where it's more slower. Atlanta is definitely more faster, and then here is also different. I think living in those states have just shaped me into being very comfortable with wherever I'm going, comfortable with myself, my decisions, and staying true to myself. Yeah. Even in Tennessee, I've always been the Detroit girl. That was my name. Detroit. They call me that down there. Yeah. So I would say it just shaped me into being a better person as far as the way I think and the way I see things. Yeah. I come from somewhere that's moving fast. I feel like Detroit is fast moving, and then Tennessee is slow moving. So I feel like I had the best of both worlds. Yeah. I'm able to put two and two together, and then it's steady. I'm steady now. So yeah. Would you ever leave Detroit? Yes, I will leave Detroit, but not to go to Tennessee. Where would you go? Atlanta. I see myself, I would say, in LA or Florida. Because I like the warmth. So did you like Tennessee? Nashville is up and coming. Yeah. So I would say I liked it for what it was. Would I be happy if I was there now? No, because I feel like I outgrew what Tennessee had going. Okay. Well, not Tennessee. I'm going to say where I was living there, which is Chattanooga. Okay. So yeah, I wouldn't want to live there now. I feel like I'm just, I'm just not in that headspace as far as like living there.
Yeah.
I'm just like so farther out as far as like the way I think and the way I move and the folks that I want to be around.
Yes.
I feel like it wasn't in Tennessee for sure, no.
And then, like you said, LA. I think LA would be good. I feel like you get the fast pace, but you also get a little slow pace because it's not as fast as like a Detroit or like a Atlanta. So I think LA would be. I could see you in LA.
And they have so much to offer too, as far as like networking events and social events and things like that.
The weather it's not too hot to where you're like, oh, I'm sweating all day, but it's not cold to where you like, it's snowing, girl.
Yeah, exactly.
You got the best of both. You still get each climate in like a LA. So I like that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself, your brand, your everything in the next 5 years?
Ooh, the next 5 years, I am going to have my warehouse, my spacious, nice office. I'm going to have employees. I'm going to have my magazine company up and running. My brand will be where it's supposed to be in 5 years. Like, it will be so up there that it's going to blow me, just thinking about it. Like, I want everything for my brand. I want my name in big lights. Yes. My fashion shows. I want everything. I want my brand to be, like, at the highest of the highs. Whatever that is for my brand, I want that to be my brand in 5 years.
Yes. And we're looking forward to see what you do for your 2-year anniversary in August. I know it's going to be something fabulous, whether it's a collection or whatever you have. I know it's going to be one that we are all excited for. We do have some questions from some of y'all on Instagram, and I'm going to get to those. So you can answer them as best as you can, okay? Someone said, do you think it's too late to start boutique? Everybody sells signature pieces now.
No, I don't think it's too late at all. Because, like I said earlier, what you bring is what you bring. You can start next year. Nobody else is going to bring what you bring. So, no, it's not too late. Go for it.
Yes, go for it. You heard that? Go
for it.
Somebody said, how do you come up with ways to market your business? Instagram is always changing.
Just be creative. Try to like get in with what's trending as far as like videos or reels or even doing like campaigns with other folks who have businesses as well. That's also marketing. Just try to get creative as possible and go after it. Like whatever you dream it, go. It's not too outrageous to get a billboard or a article in a magazine or the news, like whatever it is, just go for it. It's definitely other ways to do marketing besides social media for sure.
Yes, and you have to do more.
Business cards, if you at the airport, airdrop your website, girl. Like,
get creative, get it out there, because Instagram can only get you so far. You gotta go that extra step, okay? You gotta be able. If you out in public and you see somebody that might align with your brand, be like, hey, girl, I have this thing going on. Or if you out at the movies, you can listen that airdrop. I be getting the most random airdrops, but some I be like, what's that? Sometimes you just never know.
And also to add to that, also like if you are selling something or whatever, be your own model. Yeah. Model your stuff. You're going out to dinner, put your stuff on. Yeah. Do your own makeup if you gonna go on a date. Be your own model and still put it out there.
Yes. You are a walking billboard, okay? Because if you walk up to me and say you're a hairstylist or whatever, and your hair look a little crazy, I'm gonna be like, are you really? So you gotta make sure you be ready when you step, because you gotta be ready. Somebody said, I love how simple yet elegant your brand is. How did you come up with your logo?
To be honest, I was scrolling on Canva and I'm just like, my name's going to be J Blair, and I want it to be separated, but also still be together. How can I put 2 and 2 together? Literally, J Lux Blair, and then put it together. Like, and that's it. And then also, like, I like how simple, but also like chic and modern it looks. So I'm like, black and white is perfect. I feel like it looks good on any and everything. Yeah. And that's it.
It's definitely timeless. That logo you can keep forever. You can change it because people change logos, but you don't have to, because it is so simple and it'll go with every time or whatever demographic. Anywhere you put that logo, it's going to stand out. It's like a Target. Target has a bullseye. You know, it's kind of like, you don't, they didn't think too hard about it. They did not think too hard about it. It's very simple. Like, it doesn't have to be glitter, polka dot, this, that. Like, it can be a simple thing because it's your brand.
I feel like you don't have to put too much thought into it. I feel like your brand's going to speak for itself. So get your name or your logo or whatever you want, and then, you know, just go for it.
But somebody said, what are 3 things you need to start a clothing line?
I'm going to say a book of things, you know, all your paperwork together as far as like LLCs and all that stuff. That's 1. And then, you know, trademarks and all that stuff. That's 1. And then 2, your name. You know, like, what do you want to be seen as? Or, like, if you're not in a room, if your brand is just there, you know, we got to know that, okay, that's who that person is. So, like, get your brand and everything together. And then 3, I would say find your target audience, because then you will know, you know, where to buy and what to buy.
Yes.
So,
oh, that's important, because you don't want to buy pieces that you say, oh, this is for this person. And it's like, did you even put thought into who that person is? Like, who is your target?
Exactly.
What does she do? What does she like?
You gotta find your people.
Yeah, because it's not always that you have the wrong. The devil is working. He's hating. He's hating.
Woo!
Listen, okay?
How dare you?
I'm like, you know what? That's all right. That is all right. But because we're back and we're better, and that's fine. The devil can't steal my joy. Not today. What I was saying is, sometimes it's not that you have the wrong business, it's that you're just marketing to the wrong person. So just make sure that you're selling it to who needs to have it. And if you don't know, maybe do like a test run, ask people. You never know. You know, you could do like a poll on Instagram. I know sometimes that helps as well. But just figure out, who do you want to sell it? Who do you see in your product? And that should definitely help. Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody said, advice for starting a new business.
Make sure it's something that you really want, because you want to put time in it, money, you know, effort, and some of them things you cannot get back. So just make sure, like, be like 1,000% that it's something that you want to do, you know, because like once you get started, it's go time. You're not quitting.
Yeah, like she already said earlier, you can't quit. So make sure.
Yes.
In the beginning, this is really what you want to do. Because if not, don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. If
your money, your effort, relationships, a lot.
Yeah. Listen, this is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. Speaking of relationships, someone said, do you think a woman starting a business can have it all? Love, success, etc. I honestly struggle with this because so many people don't have it all.
I think so. I feel like if you have that person in your life and, you know, y'all are thriving and, you know, y'all are doing good and growing and loving on each other and all those great things, yes, we can have it all. I know it's put out there that, you know, no, you can't have it all or you got to pick and choose. But no, like, we deserve to have it all. We can have it all.
Yeah.
You know, just like figure out whatever that having it all is to you, because some people don't want to be, you know, with somebody.
Yeah.
You know, that's their having it all. You know, just having a thriving career. Oh, I have it all, you know. So just figure out what's having it all to you and then go after it. I feel like it is, like, we can have it, for sure. For sure we can have it. Why not? Why can't we have it?
Why can't we?
We can't have it, you know?
That's that visionary coming out. Because you said, who said that? Who put this lie in your head that we cannot? I think as long as the person is on the same mental and understanding. But if one of you have a dream, one of you are trying to do something, the other one isn't, that's when it gets a little weird. Yeah. But as long as y'all on the same page and you're clear, every other race has it all. We the only ones that think that we can't.
I'm questioning it. Why do we do that? I don't know.
We are the only.
We can have it all and so much more.
Yes, you can. And identify. I think that's good. Identify what having it all is to you, because it doesn't have to be what you see or whatever. You might not know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't want the kids. Maybe you just want the partner in the business. Maybe you don't want it. So identify what that is with you and I'll be okay with that, because you just It is what it is. That's yours. You're having it all.
Because your having it all might not be my having it all, you know?
That comparison will be the thing that kills it, because you will be thinking like, oh, well, I need to have this. I should be there. She has this. I need that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
You are not her. She is not you. Y'all paths are two completely different things. So that's good. That's good. Somebody said, how did you fund your business in the beginning? I want to start a hair company, but I'm unsure if I should take out a loan or not.
Ooh, that could be tricky. Working my butt off. Like now I have 2 jobs and also still do my business full time. So work, save, and then whatever you put into your business, for me, I guess I'm trying to get out of like letting that sit, because I feel like you should put that back into your business. I'm trying to like let that sit and build. But yes, work hard and then take chances, make investments, and make it happen. Whatever you gotta do, whether it's a loan, whether it's a can I borrow some money, mama, like whatever it is, get it started. Like don't let that be the thing that like holds you back, because it's money out here to be given.
Yeah, that's true.
It's out here.
You can go get to work. You got 2 jobs. You got, especially if you don't have any kids. If you do, you really have nothing but time to go get some money to do this. Somebody said, I just turned 30 and I've been an attorney for 4 years. I want to start a business, but I'm unsure if it makes sense to be so risky.
Ooh, that's a good one. I feel like, again, if it's something that you really want and you can't like see yourself living without it, or if you feel like you're gonna get older and you be like, dang, now I regret not doing it, then you should do it.
Yeah. Whether
you are an attorney or a surgery doctor or like whatever it is, like if it's on your brain, it's on your brain for a reason. So I would say give it a try. You never know where it may take you. You know?
Yeah. Like you said, if it's on your brain for a reason.
On your heart.
It's on your heart. So it's like, you can give it a try. You've tried this way. Why not try that way? I mean, what's the least that can happen? You fall back and you go back to being an attorney. I mean, it's not.
That's the thing too. Like you'll always have that to fall back on.
Yeah, and I just hate that like we have these ages where it's like, well, I'm 30, like I can't, like no, I've been doing this for 4 years. That's fine. I don't care. I can pivot at any time in my life, whether it's been 10 years, 5 years, 4 years, a year. Time means nothing in that way, and if you feel like this is what I am here to do, change it.
On your brain for a reason. Explore it.
It's all you gotta do. Somebody said fast fashion is such a weird space. Some people love it, others hate it. How do you find unique pieces? I know you answered that a little bit earlier, but just talk a little bit about fast fashion.
It is a hard thing. I would just say, like, I try not to be focused on what everybody else is doing and selling, and just go out there myself. My mentor telling me all the time, do it first or do it better. So, yes, somebody may have something and I may want it, and it's like, oh, they got it already, and now, so what? Just go ahead and do it. Fast fashion is it's not going to stop. It's going.
It's not,
You just got to find your place, your footing, and go after it,
Yes, that's true. You gotta go after it. I mean, fast, like you said, it's not going anywhere, and I get it. They do have they steal from different designers, and you have different brands, but at the end of the day, fast fashion is going to be the thing that sustains people, because it's what's used most often. So just like you said, do it first or do it better. That's all you can do, because it's kind of like, what else can you do? You're gonna complain about fast fashion or do something about it. So
exactly, because I feel like by me being in Michigan, that may be like a thing that kind of holds me back, as far as like I'm not in LA where like the fashion district is, where most of the vendors are. But so what? If I gotta order it through the mail, it's gonna come. I'm gonna still do my thing with it.
Yes, that's so true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Someone said, dream place you love to visit.
I have so many. Okay, let me choose one. I would say a dream place. I would say Paris. I want to experience the culture, the fashion, the food, the language, the everything that Paris has to offer. I want to experience that.
Yeah. Okay. Last one. Someone said, how long do you think you should research before starting a business?
I feel like you should research until you feel comfortable. That's why you're going to always learn new things, and find new ways of doing things, and what not to do, and what to do. But I feel like you don't want to get too much like caught up in the research, because I feel like you can only do so much research. You have to kind of like get out here and like trial and error. See what works for you and what don't, because you research this, but that may not work for your situation. So I feel like do it until you feel like really comfortable, and then like get out there and try and see. The best learned behavior or experience is getting out there, trying it, you know.
You can't research it to get it right. You gotta at some point get your feet wet.
Yeah, trial and error, yeah.
I hope these questions answered you. I hope she gave y'all some insight, some push to just get it going, whatever that thing is. We're gonna do a quick this or that, and I'm gonna let you go, okay?
Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Night owl.
You want a city or a beach vacation?
City.
City, okay. R&B or hip hop?
R&B.
Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram.
People are on Facebook these days, and you're on Facebook too. When I was researching, I'm like, oh, she putting the heat everywhere, baby. You are gonna get this heat. The heat when you Google. Listen, when you Google J Blair, you are going to see J Blair on Pinterest. You're going to see it on Facebook. You're going to see it on Instagram. You're going to see it on Google. You are going to see this brand. That's how you have to be. Eat, sleep, dream. It has to be everything in you. If not, why are you doing it? Yes.
Exactly.
You want the wealth or you want the love?
Oh, love.
Can't do anything without love. That's true. That is true.
I can imagine being wealthy and then, you know, like, what do you have around you?
Just nothing. That's what I'm saying. It's not about that. That's especially, and when you're with the right person, the wealth is gonna come.
Yeah.
When you with the person who knows and who has a mind of, no, well, let's do it this way. No, let's do it this way. It just changes things. When you with the wrong person, it might make you broke, but when you with the right one, it'll get you there.
If you would be in love, you're more happy.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't care about the people. Listen, back in the day, they was okay with their house and their kids, and that was okay.
Yeah.
That was happy. They was in love. So just find what it is for you.
I feel like money is not everything.
Whew. It's not, because it's not. It is not. You could be the richest person and still be broke. Still be broke, and you'll still be. Listen, do not let social media fool you. Money is not everything, and if you have it, it's about how can you maintain it, how can you grow it. It's not about getting it, because anybody can get money. Anybody, you can go to work and go get a check, and that's money. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Building it is what's more important. What final thoughts or words of encouragement do you have for the people?
If you can dream it, you can achieve it.
Yes.
And do not give up. I know it's hard. You're going to have your days where you're just like, you know, F this and this is not for me. What am I doing? You know, all those things. But if it's on your heart and your mind and you can't let it go and you are passionate about it, go after it. Yeah. I feel like what's for you is for you. You can't start too late, and you can't be like, oh, I started too late, I started too early. No, like, your timing is your timing. Don't compare yourself to nobody else or what nobody else got going on. Stay 10 toes down and go after it.
Yes. That is period. If you haven't learned anything from this, I just hope that you are encouraged and this gives you that push, because listen, I get it. It's June. We done did 6 months into the year, and you be thinking like, dang, I had all this stuff I wanted to do. I had all these goals and these plans, and I didn't do them. It's not too late. Put your foot on the gas, okay?
And make the moves happen.
Opportunity dances with those on the floor. You have to get on the floor for it to happen.
Yes.
It's waiting on you. Yes, you gotta get on the floor. Hope you guys loved this. Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. We have to connect in person. I don't know how, when, where, but we do. I'm so excited to see what the shop J Blair and the J Blair Lux Label have to come in the next years. Y'all are gonna see this girl's name everywhere. The warehouse, the experiences, the fashion shows. It's coming. So I'm gonna have all her information linked down below. You can shop with her and be on the lookout for what she has cooking for August, because she might not have said it, but I know it's something great coming. And as soon as we get off this call, I'm pressing submit on my order, because I have a couple of things in my cart that I'm about to add, of course. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I really appreciate this.
Okay. Can I say thank you for wanting to interview me? That was like, teamwork. Thank you so much for reaching out to me and giving me this platform, your platform, girl. You are doing it out of your page. And I'm like, okay, okay.
Listen, we are all trying together, and I'm just like, let me just connect, because you just never know. Everybody want to go up, network, up, but baby, who's next to you? Look at the girls next to you. They are getting it. So
exactly.
you are.
I love that so much.
Yes, I'm gonna be watching her page because she encourages us every day, y'all. Her page is just so aesthetically pleasing. So both of her stuff will be linked down below. Thank you. You have a good one. Thank you. See ya. Bye. All right, you guys, that does it for my conversation with Ja'nysha. I had such a good time. I learned so much about her, and not only about her, but about finding your passion and going after that passion, whatever it is. I hope you are encouraged. I hope you got something that you can take to get you to the next level, because girl, this was a good one. I'm so excited to be back doing these series, and just I'm so excited for what's in store. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.